Hello everyone, Silent here. Welcome back to another Better Together Pocket Edition, Bedrock Edition tutorial. Today we have a very simple, cheap and easy to build, stackable, modular Enderman farm for your Minecraft world. So this thing is kinda pretty good. So we have 4 layers here, and that'll get you basically some okay rates. This is like the bare minimum of a farm that you are going to be building if you want an Enderman farm. Like I said, this thing is stackable, so you can take this all the way up to build limit, which is all the way up there. So you can easily get 15 layers. The more work that you put into your farm, the more layers that you build, the better efficiency that you'll get out of your farm. And the reason why we need so many layers is because, well, the spawning algorithm in Better Together is absolute garbage. Everyone agrees it is garbage, and it recently got nerfed even more. So that is why we need more layers. I'm going to be showing you how to build a farm with 4 layers because I feel that that is the bare minimum. So let's quickly run through a few details of how this farm works. We will get to the tutorial and all of that stuff in a couple of minutes. But I quickly want to show you guys how all the mechanics function, because not very many tutorials actually do that. So if we can get ourselves some Enderman, we can take a look at how this works. So this uses the very basic and simple principle that Endermen love to hate endermites, and we have an endermite here in the center of the farm and a minecart. So if we spawn some endermen in, eventually these guys will get angry at them, and then they will run to this side over here, trying to get as close to the endermite as they can, and they will fall down these trapdoors because they don't realize that these are open. They think that's a full block. So that is pretty simple, and everyone pretty much knows that when it comes to enderman farms. So the reason why the endermen run to this side is because they're trying to get as close to that endermite as possible, meaning that they want to pathfind to this block right here. And you can see that if we spawn some endermen on this side over here, then you'll see all the guys run to this side on the trapdoors. But if we go ahead and we remove that block and then spawn some guys over here again, then you'll see that they kind of get angry at them, and then they just start dancing with each other, running around in circles, being stupid. Definitely reporting that as a bug. But then we go ahead, place a block there, and then they all run around to this side. Pretty simple, right? And because we're using so many platforms, we got 4 right now, it's not that many, I guess, there is no one perfect drop height. So what we're using here to drop them from a standard height is some vines. All the guys from all the platforms will land on these vines, get slowed down to a standard speed, and then they will fall down to our killing chamber like 40 blocks down below, and then you can smack all these guys with your sword. Alright, so I think now we've taken a full detailed look at how this farm works and everything that you actually need to know about it. So let's take a look at the materials list. Keep in mind this is per layer. You're going to need 18 stacks of block. That can be stone, cobblestone, stone bricks, anything that's a full block that Enderman cannot pick up. And don't use slabs. Enderman and mobs in general have terrible pathfinding on slabs, and they currently cannot spawn on them. So yeah, just bad juju with slabs. Use a full block. And then you're going to need 2 cobblestone walls along with a minecart, 1 normal rail, a name tag renamed with name, and an anvil. You can currently only get name tags from villagers because that's a bug, so find yourself a librarian and trade with them to get yourself a name tag. You're also going to need 7 wooden trapdoors and 2 stacks of ender pearls to get yourself an endermite for your spawning platform. You're then going to need 1 piece of glass and 1 carpet. Then for the rest of your build, you're going to need 6 vines, 6 buttons, about 16 carpet, and also about 4 stacks of glass or other random full blocks for your drop chute. So before we do get to the tutorial, I want to ask you guys to please do leave a like on the video and maybe share it with your friends, as this is the first ever proper Enderman farm for Better Together that will be on YouTube, which is pretty cool. So this is definitely useful. Please do share it around and leave a like, maybe subscribe if you're new. Anyway, so how do you build this thing? You want to go out about 80 or so blocks from any edge of your center end island. 80 is a little bit overkill, but that's just to be safe. And the lower you build it, the better, because that means that you have more future potential for expanding your farm upwards, getting more layers, getting a more efficiency. So you're not going to have corners because apparently they're considered cheats, which is a whole nother subject. So 80 blocks is a stack in 16, and you just want to pillar out a stack in 16 of blocks. And then once you get out to here, I already made a platform, about 80 blocks away. You're going to want to make yourself a little bit of a safety platform, which kind of looks like that. Find yourself a center block. This is going to be our center block right here. And then you want to grab yourself 46 blocks and pillar upwards by 46. Now, once you get up here, you want to find your center block again. Preferably you would pillar up on your center block. This is our center block right here. So from here, you want to make yourself a platform, which is 35 by 35. So from our center block, it is 17 that way, 17 that way, 17 that way, and also 17 that way. You then want to go ahead and chop off the corners, making it so that the Enderman on the corners will actually see the endermite. If they're standing over here, then they're not going to see your endermite. So you want to make sure that there is 5 blocks on your corners, and you want to do that on every side. And we also make the platform the size that we do because that is the most reliable range for the enderman actually seeing the endermite from my testing, that is. So yeah, go ahead, chop off all the corners like so, and then that is your first platform done. Alright, so now that you have your giant platform made up, you need to figure out where exactly you want your drop chute for your enderman to be. It's going to be a 2x3 drop chute, and I would suggest making this closer to your end island. That way you need to travel just a few blocks less. So then what you need to do is make a 5 long by 3 wide, or sorry, 5 wide by 3 long, little cube of blocks right here, and this needs to be 2 blocks tall, kind of like so. And then in the middle one, you want to place your rail. Make sure it is facing across like that, then place in 2 cobblestone walls like that, and then you need to get in your endermite. So this is going to be the one painful part of your build, getting the endermite in. What you need to do above your rail right here is build a temporary structure with a powered rail above your normal rail right here, and then 2 other rails. So this is where your ender pearls come in handy. You need to throw ender pearls, and you have a 5% chance of getting yourself an endermite from these. Feather falling will help you take less damage from the ender pearls, and honestly, this is kind of dangerous. You're gonna need to find the best kind of rhythm for you. You may want a bigger cell than this. This is like the bare minimum. Anyway, what I can do is, because I'm in creative, I'm lucky I can actually just spawn one of these things. That is so helpful for recording. You guys have no idea. So anyway, what you do then is you throw down a minecart, and then you want to get this guy on top of that powered rail, and he'll probably just zoom over there on his own. Okay, from there you want to just remove that block, and then of course this guy wants to walk away. Of course, these guys are always a pain. So again, get him on top of that powered rail, boom, kind of like so. Remove that block, or remove that rail, and then place a normal block there. There we go. That's what you need to do. Then break that, and then he will go onto his thing. What you then want to do is immediately put a full thing of blocks on top of this guy, because Enderman will try and kill this guy. That is another bug, is Enderman taking higher priority of the Endermite over the player. They should prioritize the player when the player's around. Anyway, too many bugs. Right now would be an excellent time to make sure that this guy in here is fully encapsulated. The guy is still in there. The Enderman just cannot see him if you place a ring of blocks around him. Very, very good idea. Otherwise, you're going to have some angry Endermen running around. You then want to remove these 3 blocks right here. Place a glass block right there with a carpet on top of it. And then get your trap doors. Place 2 right there. Flick them down. And then do the same thing on the other side. So 2 like that. And then get yourself a trapdoor right there, flick it down right there, and then 1 trapdoor right there, open or flat and not vertical. So then you want another trapdoor right there, and that one is also flat. And that is your kind of trap mechanism to trick all the Endermen to fall down into your drop chute. So speaking of the drop chute, it is now time to work on that. So go back down to your original little safety platform and then find your center block again. You then want to make a pillar going all the way up to your farm, 1 block to the side of that. So this pillar should go all the way up directly underneath the piece of glass up here that has the carpet on it. So this is directly underneath that. You then want to make a 2x3 little area right here. This is where you're going to be killing your Endermen. That's where they're going to land. You can make that out of hoppers or something. Just make it so that it is unspawnable. You then also want to make sure that you have a piece of carpet on top of that. so that Enderman cannot teleport or spawn here, because in Better Together, Enderman cannot teleport to even a single layer of carpet. You don't need double carpets. Thankfully, that is very, very nice. Not sure if that's intentional, not sure if that will change, but currently in 1.2.6, that is how it is. So you then want to make this chamber 3 blocks tall, like so, and that should be everything that you need. Get out of here, guy. Okay, so then from there, you want to skip 2 blocks and then make a ring going all the way around this 2x3 hole, all the way up to your spawning platform. So this is very, very simple. You don't need these corner blocks. This does not need to be out of glass. You can make this out of anything you want, but glass does look rather nice. So let me get it done and show it to you. All right, so there is your drop chute. Nothing to look at, super easy to build. Missed a block right there, and if you did it correctly, then you should end up with a 2-block gap in between the bottom of your spawning platform and also the top ring of blocks right there. So very, very simple. Now what you want to do is come down to the bottom here and use some form of non-spawnable block. I'm going to be using glass, like a so, and then you want to put carpets on top of this as well. Glass is non-spawnable and carpets is a teleport proof, so you'll never get Enderman on top of your roof, and you'll basically want to do this for your entire build down here. And you also want to make sure that this is a 2 high gap right here, or 2.5 blocks if you're using slabs or something on the ceiling, for the ceiling, so that Endermen don't spawn or teleport down here. Or you can make the floor out of glass if you like, and then have carpet on top of that. Really, whatever really works for you. It is completely up to you, but now you know that carpet on top of glass is a Enderman proofer. So all of that aside, this drop chute height right here is for a diamond sword, unenchanted 1-hit kill. You can make this lower if you like, if you want to hit 1-hit kill them with a punch. That's very unpractical, because if you fought the Ender Dragon, you're in the end, you want to enter, you probably have a diamond sword. So all of that aside, you want to come up to your top ring right here. You want to place 6 blocks along like that, and then do that on the other side as well. You then want to place 3 buttons right there and 3 buttons right there, and then place in your 6 vines like so. And I'm just going to fill them all in like this. And a little bit of a weird thing, you can place vines and buttons on glass, which is strange. Alrighty, that is pretty much your entire build complete. If you want another layer, it's very simple. The top roof of this build right here, where this endermite is going to be the layer of your next spawn platform. And you basically just repeat everything that we did with the endermite on the next platform. So then you'd have your 2-block like cube right here, and then your endermite would be sitting right there in the middle, and it's very, very simple. So one thing I'll say for the top of your build, once you get to the top layer, however many layers you want to make the roof out of glass, of course, and then place carpet on top of that so that you don't get Endermen on top of your farm running around being stupid. So yeah, kind of just like this. And yeah, carpet on top of that as well. You can also use water to, like, spawn proof and teleport proof, but I prefer dry, as it is just much less of a hassle. And there you go, your Enderman farm is now fully functional. So again, with 1 layer, you're not going to get that many Endermen. You're not going to have an efficient farm. 2 layers is a little bit better. 3 layers is getting there. And 4 layers, I would say, is about the bare minimum. If you want any amount of real efficiency in your farm, I would say probably about 8 to 9 layers. So the very last thing to cover with this build is storage, and that literally just requires 6 hoppers pointing into a double chest. Very, very simple. If you want to decorate this, then you can put some stairs right there, and then you can put a stair right here. You can still access your little chest there, and that is the most basic storage that you can get. Obviously, you can do a lot more of that, and than just a chest, but also make sure you put carpet on top of your hoppers. That way they are teleport and spawn proof. And yeah, that is pretty much it. So even with 1 platform, you can still get some Endermen. It's not going to be the most efficient thing, but you will get Endermen, you will get some experience, and it is kind of a beginner's farm. And yeah, then when you're ready, you can just expand it, put some more layers on it, and then it'll just get better and better. Kind of like an upgrading tier system, but without microtransactions. Can you believe it, guys? No microtransactions. Alrighty guys, so that is going to do it for this Enderman farm tutorial. Please do leave a like on it and share with your friends if you don't mind, because like I said, this is the first proper Enderman farm tutorial for Better Together on YouTube, so it'd be very, very much appreciated. Maybe even subscribe to the channel if you're new here and want to see more stuff like this. And yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do leave them down in the comment section, and I will try to help you out as always. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you down in the comment section and in the next video. And then there was silence.